The Davis Mountains Preserve is a crucial highland conservation project.
They're what you call a mountain island or a sky island system. It's an isolated mountain range that gets up to 8,400 feet. And that elevation allows for a lot of different habitats, because the higher you get, the more rain you get, and the cooler the climate gets.
You go up through grasslands, then you go up through open woodlands, and you go up through closed woodlands, and finally into forest, and then up to the tops of the mountains.
Because these mountain ranges are isolated, you sometimes get species that evolve that are unique to those habitats.
A lot of these still have some of the same plants and animals that they would have had in the Ice Age.
So this sky island, you get hummingbirds, you get butterflies, you get
birds, bees, bats, and bears. They have to have forests up in the mountains, pine and oak and juniper and pinon forests, where they find the food so that they can refuel between the next hop to the next sky island or mountaintop.
The Davis Mountains project is one that had been thought about, dreamed about for a long time.
The Nature Conservancy first got involved in the 80s.
We designed this project where we would keep a core preserve and surround ourselves with conservation easements.
And we were fortunate in that the highest elevation part of this sky island was in one big ranch called the You Up, You Down Ranch, owned by Don McIver and his sisters.
It wasn't really a preserve or project until we were able to work with the McIver family.
It was going to cost about $10 million to buy the property, but how we were going to pay for it was still up in the air.
But it was when my father came to me, probably in 1996, and presented my sister and me with a project.
It's beautiful. It's stunning, and it's its own ecosystem up there.
Anne and Jane, their father, Dr. Irving Schweppe.
Just watch the girls mature as young philanthropists, and it was beautiful to watch that.
There's a beautiful rock on Mount Livermore named Laura's Rock, after my mom.
I cry every single time that I'm coming up the hill by the observatory and I see the Mount Baldy and Laura's Rock, which was just such a fitting tribute. Given her passion and adventurous spirit.
They made a really generous donation that allowed us to help pay for that acquisition.
This preserve would not be here if it wasn't for Jane and Anne.
That was just really compelling to me, just to really jump off the cliff and do something huge.
Most conservation work is done incrementally, with little bits over long time periods, and you have to commit to that long haul approach. You're not going to get there by just one giant thing that you do once. You're going to have to do many, many small things that add up to a big thing if you stay with it. We go in there thinking, we're going to be here for the next 50 years, piecing this together, because it takes that long.
And so much of conservation is predicated on hope, and therefore endeavor and effort. And
you don't need to know how it's going to turn out, just go.
I won't live to see it, but I want to believe that much of our conservation work does have the permanence and durability, at least for the foreseeable future.
I'd love to see a whole generation be inspired about just go for it, man. Just like be brave and go for it.
And it wouldn't be there without those folks that were paying attention and saying, whoa, 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 wait. We've got to preserve this. This is really important.